Welcome to Prerona Television Canada. On behalf of uh, Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching, and in collaboration with Prerona Television Canada, we have introduced Financial Literacy Speaker Series, Episode 2, and today's our topic is money saving tools and strategies. So before we continue our English session, we will be sharing first very briefly about Bengali. So just look to apologize for those who are actually following us in English, but in very soon we'll be speaking in English also, so that our audience can understand both. Right. So we'll be helping our those who are understanding English, also those who are Bengali speaking community, because large community from here in Canada, and many part of these are seventh largest language in the world. So we in actually in recognition to recognize the International Mother Language Day and 21st February, we like to honor, and I will actually speak in Bengali. So, and we're very happy. We are having our regular resource person, speaker, and person, Mr. Bishwajit Barua, and he is a chartered professional accountant, CPA, and financial consultant. And he is actually from Growth Space Financial Solutions, company that actually provide financial investment tax and insurance solutions. So we're very happy. So today's our topic, weekly series, as I said, money saving tools and strategies. So we'll be starting soon, and my uh, we'll be speaking in Bengali briefly, and also in English, as I said. So প্রেরণা টেলিভিশন কানাডার পক্ষ থেকে এবং গ্লোবাল একাডেমি অফ হোলিস্টিক লিডারশিপ এর সহযোগিতায় আমরা আমাদের এই সিরিজ, যেটা ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল লিটারেসি স্পিকার সিরিজ, আজকে এপিসোড 2 আমরা করছি। আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত যে আমরা এই সিরিজটা করার সুযোগ পেয়েছি, এবং আমাদের যে কমিউনিটি মেম্বার রয়েছে তাদের সুবিধার্থে আমাদের এই সিরিজটা আমরা করছি। আমাদের সিরিজটা যেহেতু আমরা কানাডা, এডমন্টন, আলবার্টা, কানাডা থেকে করছি, এবং স্পেশালি ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল লিটারেসি সিরিজটা আমাদের ক্যানাডিয়ান যারা আমাদের কমিউনিটি মেম্বার রয়েছে তাদের উদ্দেশ্যে, কারণ আমাদের এখানে বেশ কিছু রেলিভেন্ট ট্যাক্স, ইনভেস্টমেন্ট, অ্যাকাউন্টিং এবং ইন্স্যুরেন্স, অনেক রিলেটেড বিষয় যেটা কানাডাতে যারা বাস করে তাদের জন্যই এটা করা। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আমরা আমাদের ভাষা হিসেবে ইংরেজি ভাষাও ইউজ করব, কারণ অনেকে আমরা সেকেন্ড জেনারেশন, থার্ড জেনারেশন বাঙালি, বাংলাদেশি, বাঙালি বিভিন্ন কমিউনিটি মেম্বার রয়েছে, এবং এছাড়া আমাদের ভারতীয় বংশোদ্ভূত আরো অনেক কমিউনিটি রয়েছে যারা আমাদেরকে ফলো করে। সুতরাং আমরা এখানে বাংলা ভাষাও ব্যবহার করব, ইংরেজি ভাষাও ব্যবহার করব। সুতরাং আমাদের এই সিরিজে আজকে আমাদের বিষয়টা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা বিষয়, যেটা হচ্ছে মানি সেভিং টুলস এন্ড স্ট্র্যাটেজিস। আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত, আমাদের সাথে একজন খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ব্যক্তিত্ব, যার আসলে আমরা এটা বলে জয়েন্ট কোলাবোরেশনে আমরা এই কাজটা করছি। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আমি রেকগনাইজ করতে চাই আমাদের সাথে যিনি রিসোর্স পারসন রয়েছেন, উনি খুবই সম্মানিত এবং উনি খুব অভিজ্ঞ সম্পন্ন লোক। ওনার নাম মিস্টার বিশ্বজিৎ বড়ুয়া। উনি চার্টার্ড প্রফেশনাল অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট, সিপিএ, এবং এখানে ডেজিগনেটেড, এবং এই আরেকটা ওনার কোয়ালিফিকেশন, ইজ আ ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল কনসালটেন্ট। এবং উনি যে প্রতিষ্ঠানের পক্ষ থেকে, ওনার নিজস্ব প্রতিষ্ঠান যে পক্ষ থেকে আজকে উনি প্রতিনিধিত্ব করছেন, সেই প্রতিষ্ঠানের নাম হচ্ছে গ্রোথ স্পেস ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল সলিউশনস। গ্রোথ স্পেস ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল সলিউশন একটা হোলিস্টিক ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল সলিউশন প্রোভাইডার, যেখানে তার ইনভেস্টমেন্ট, ট্যাক্স, ইন্স্যুরেন্স সমস্ত বিষয়ে তিনি কনসালটেন্সি প্রদান করে থাকেন। উনি খুব দক্ষতার সাথে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে ইন্ডাস্ট্রির সাথে আছেন। আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত যে উনি আমাদের সাথে আছেন আজকে। আজকে আমরা শুরু করার আগে আমি ওনাকে অনুরোধ করব উনি ওনার পরিচয়টা আমাদের মধ্যে দিবেন। আমি এবং এরপরে আমাদের যে বিষয় রয়েছে এই বিষয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করব। তাহলে আমি আমাদের বিশ্বজিৎ বড়ুয়া দাদা, আপনি কাইন্ডলি আপনার পরিচয়টা দিবেন এবং আমাদের সাথে আপনার যে আমাদের যে টপিক রয়েছে টপিক সম্পর্কে বলবেন।
থ্যাংক ইউ দাদা, থ্যাংক ইউ, অনেক ধন্যবাদ। আমি আমাদের গ্রেটার অডিয়েন্স যেহেতু বিভিন্ন ভাষাভাষী আছেন, আমি মূল আলোচনাটা ইংরেজিতেই করব, বাট বিফোর আই স্টার্ট, সিন্স ইটস জাস্ট 22nd ফেব্রুয়ারি, আমি বাংলাতেই শুরু করি। সবাইকে আন্তর্জাতিক মাতৃভাষা দিবসের শুভেচ্ছা জানিয়ে আমরা শুরু করি, এবং বিনম্র শ্রদ্ধা জানাই আমাদের সব ভাষা শহীদদের, যারা আমাদেরকে এই ভাষায় কথা বলার সুযোগ আমাদের দিয়ে গেছেন, আমাদের স্বপ্ন দেখার সুযোগ দিয়ে গেছেন, যেই স্বপ্ন দেখে আজকে আমরা পৃথিবীর অন্য প্রান্তে বসেও বাংলা ভাষায় কথা বলি, বাংলা ভাষায় চিন্তা করি এবং আমাদের সমস্ত মনের ভাব প্রকাশ করি। সো সবাইকে সশ্রদ্ধ সালাম। Just to introduce myself for the people who are not really aware about me, I'm Bishwajit Barua. In my community, I'm known as Bishwajit, but in other communities, I'm known as Bish. I'm a chartered professional accountant and a practicing tax accountant and a financial consultant. And these two things together make me a finanius, meaning financial genius. I'm a trainer and developer of future leaders for financial industry. I provide financial confidence to individuals and families. I'm a growth expert who ensures faster progress by managing finances and taxes together for my friends and families and all clients. I'm an expert in first generation immigrants who are individuals and families of 25 to 50-year-old, around that age range, employed or self-employed, mid-income, trying hard to realize their dreams, because I'm also one of you as first generation immigrant myself, and have experience of managing self-employed people for over 25 years. I have exactly the same feelings and pain points as you do. That's why I understand you the best and possess the skills and expertise to develop and serve you. I can cut through the clutter, solve complex financial problems, and provide expert solutions to you for free. That's a little bit brief introduction about myself. What I do. I'd say in my brief introduction, you have noticed 3 areas that I work on. I train and develop future leaders. I provide financial confidence, and I ensure growth for my clients. So just to elaborate a little bit more on that, I help people exploring business opportunities in financial industry. For my brokerage house, I'm teaching, training, and developing people to make money in sitting in front of in the comfort of your home. All I'm looking for is people with positive attitude, an open mind, and willingness to learn. I don't need any experience of any kind. Rather, I'll train on all aspects of operating business and making money. So if anybody wants to explore the opportunities, please get in touch. I will guarantee replacement of your current income and multiplying it, provided you follow me. And I'll help you growing you as an independent agent and becoming an independent financial leader to provide and progress to your friends and families and their life. Providing awareness to families for free. In other words, I help people to save money. More importantly, to grow their savings. I do things for you that banks never do for you. I provide awareness and education. I teach you first all the aspects of different accounts, different investment and money saving tools, including all the and shop around for you with all the financial institutions, including all investment companies, and recommend the best solutions for your family. Then the ball will go to your court. If you think that my recommendations are making the best sense for you and your family, only then you provide me the opportunity to serve you. Otherwise, take the information, learn from there, then go to anywhere you prefer. No obligation at all from your side. You even don't need to go out of your home when getting the services. Sitting in the comfort of your home at your convenience, at your suitable time, you learn how your money can make more money, and you can keep more for yourself from taxes and for your family, of course. I craft personalized financial plans to save money, protect financial future, and create wealth. Not only I help to identify the financial goals that is absolutely for you and your family, I also work on a comprehensive plan to meet your family goals. I integrate both finances and taxes so that your family can enjoy a faster growth. So today's topic is money saving tools and strategies. Before I start, Dada, you have anything to say?
We can continue.
Okay.
Yeah, continue with the presentations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I will share my presentation with you.
Yes, you can.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So in today's discussion, money savings tools and strategies, what we will discuss about is we'll just start with a quick review of the last week's discussion, so that people who couldn't participate or didn't see the video of the last discussion, you can quickly have an idea, and if you are interested, you can go through the presentation, or the video that is available on Facebook, on Growth Space, Financial Solution Space, or Edward the Space, or Academy of Holistic Learning Space, or even uh, Prerona TV Facebook page. So you can go there. I will quickly go through that concept here, and then we'll talk about why income protection is important. Few financial concepts we'll discuss after that, and then we'll discuss why should we start saving and how much we should save. We'll discuss 5 known investment tools that are like property or home, then RRSP, RESP, TFSA, and wealth account. And then we will try to give you an idea about how to build the financial home for any family or individual. So before I even start, I want to touch one important thing, that all we are surrounded by 2 different kind of forces around us. One is the positivity, belief, faith, focus, and all the positive things, one on one hand. And on the other hand, we have doubts, fear, distractions, all the negativities. The questions that I always ask to my friends and families and my clients, that which one will win? And most of the time people say that positivity, because we would like to see that positivity wins. That's the positive aspects of our life. But the reality is, our human beings, all human beings are wired, and genetically it's a genetic impact that we are always attracted and word for attracted to be to all the negative things. That is the reality. And then positive things, we are always attracted with negativities. uh, so surrounding us, all the medias, all types of medias are using that negativities, uh, so that we can look into all those negativities. And that's why it's surrounded all around us, all the negativities. And then the reality is, without even knowing, subconsciously we are impacted by the negativities. So what happens and what we wish to happen in our life is totally different. So just because we are surrounded by the negativities, it's we are always negative even without knowing about it. So we need to make sure that we are feeding ourselves with positivities, otherwise negativity will win in our life. So which one will win depends on which one we are feeding in, consciously or subconsciously. And we need to make conscious effort every single day so that positivity wins in our life. So stay positive. Now, before getting into the presentation, uh, I just want to provide you a caveat that comes always in the beginning of my presentation, that I'm a money management professional. Money management professional. Everyone talks about money making. And as financial professionals, we talk about money management. And it's a little bit different in terms that I have the education, I have professional and diversified experience of managing money for hundreds of families. So what I'm going to share, the concepts and the perspective of different discussions, different topics, different money management tools and strategies will be a little bit different, and it's not going to be aligned with your common 10 friends that you are always surrounded with. So be aware of that, that it's going to be a little bit different. Now, quickly going through the uh, topics that we discussed. Financial literacy, we talked about 6 different elements: how to make money, how to spend money, all about taxes, managing taxes so that we can keep more money from the taxes, managing debts. We can manage money just by managing our debts even. Investment, everyone is aware of, and how to protect the income of the person who is making the money and his life or her life. And more importantly, for managing everything, we need to plan ahead. Otherwise, it's not going to happen in our life. We will find ourselves in a situation that we are too late and we can't make any change. So that's the thing. And financial services and awareness. Most of the cases, we use all the financial services in our life, like mortgages, home, auto insurance, life, different types of life insurance, travel insurance, super visa insurance, and all types of insurances we use. Investments, RRSP, RESP, TFSA, everything we use, but how much do we know? So if we are knowing those concepts and those tools, by going into a little deeper inside, then we can make our decisions more prudently. And that's what the reality is. We need to explore our possibilities by understanding those things, not only by using the products, but by understanding and using the product. That's very important thing. Then we talked about why people financially fail, because people don't have any discipline with respect to their saving habits. People have disciplines in their financial lives, and those are by force. We pay taxes, we pay all the bills, we pay mortgages, we pay all the expenses, utility bills, phone bills, everything. And all those things that we pay, it's happening because if we don't have those disciplines, our life will collapse. All the different aspect services that we use, we can't use it anymore. So it's by force we are using it. But with respect to our savings, there is no discipline by force. And that's why people most of the time fail financially. So what we need to do, we say that we need to bring discipline in our savings habit as well. When we will have discipline, that discipline in terms of savings will help us to reach our financial goals in the long runs. So how to bring that discipline? Pay regular bills to ourselves, just the way you are paying the bills to other companies and making those companies richer. To make ourselves richer, pay regular bills to ourselves. The formula I said is not like income minus expenses equals savings. It should be, or it must be, to be successful in our financial life, income minus the savings equals expenses. So after savings, whatever we have, we should spend for our life. So that's the strategy that we should avoid failing. So not saving is not only important, of course it's important, but we need to make sure that that savings we are not touching, we are sending out of home, which means the money is not available to us for any emergency expenses or anything. The emergency fund will be there, that's a separate thing. Travel expense, vacation plan, all those things will be there, those are separate. But long-term investment and savings and investment, those things, when we are thinking about those things, it should be out of our home, meaning we shouldn't touch, we shouldn't have access to those money. Then we talked about discipline, and we said that discipline should be a combination of 3 different things. It's a discipline, sorry, it's a decision first you make that you will start saving. Then it's a good habit that every month you do. Before you making expense, you pay bills to yourself, and then have a patience for long term, so that for long term you continue savings. So I gave an analogy of mango, eating mango and enjoying mango. So hope you can remember that. For those people who didn't go through that, I told you that the video is available in all those Facebook pages. Now, we talked about money is making money, but what type of money it's making, that's also equally important. For most of us, I said that we don't even know how much money we are making. In most of the cases, we are making less than 1%, which is not really any money making at all, because I said that inflation rate is much higher, over 2% inflation rate. So that's not the option at all, because it's no income. The other three options we have is interest, dividend, and capital gain income. Now, interest income is 100% taxable, dividend income is about 16-17% less taxable, and capital gain income is 50% taxable. So we keep more money from dividend and capital gain income. But very important thing is, we need to decide first, even before making the decision of which investment vehicle we are going to invest the money, or we are going to use it. And keep those things in mind before even planning, otherwise it will be too late. So plan ahead of time so that we can save some money from the taxes, keep more for ourselves and our families. So this is up to the point that we discussed last time. This is I discussed because it will help you to understand where I'm going to today, the topics that I'm going to discuss. I said a very uh, briefly yesterday's discussion that life is all about making some balances between investment decision and protecting our income, to manage the two ifs, the biggest ifs in our life. So balancing between income protection and investment protection, because when we have less income in our younger life, we have more responsibility. When we'll see that we use different types of tools, financial tools, to make sure that we are investing and we are protecting the income. And those tools we'll discuss. So balancing is very important to manage the ifs in our life. Now, why do we need to protect our income? Last week as well, we discussed on that. We'll go a little bit more detail, and we will show you a pictorial presentation so that you understand and it gets into your mind. There are three different scenarios I'm showing here. The first one is your family with you. When you are here, on the first scenario, you are there, you have a regular income, and you are paying all your mortgages, all your bills, and all your taxes. Everything is working smoothly because you have that regular income. So everything working smoothly. Think about a situation. You are not there for any unfortunate events. Without you, what will happen with your family? They don't have any regular income, at least not your income. And all your bills are collapsing. Their family, your family members' life is basically collapsing. But if you have the income protection, on the third scenario as well, it's not there. You are not there, but your income is protected. So in your absence, your income will be there at least for a few years, depending on how much you are putting in, what program or scheme you are putting in. So your income will be protected, and your family will get some time to adjust their lifestyle, to find out another income source, and can pay their bills. So hope that you understand how the income protection is going to help your family in absence of your your life or your income. Now, when income protection is important, let's go and move into few financial concepts. First thing, money reduces the value over time. Say you have $1,000 in your account right now. It's 2021 February, and after 1 year, 2022 February, you have still $1,000 in your account, and another year, after a few years, you have still same amount of money. You might feel that I still have the same amount of money. Why should I need to worry about it? What is the reason to be worried about it? The reason is the inflation rate. To put it simply, what is inflation rate? It's the value of all the different products and services we consume. The value of those things are going up. So today, say you buy a pen for $100, or say buy this calculator for $100. Next year, with $100, you can't buy this calculator simply. the price will go up. Consumer price index, inflation rate. So the value of your $100 is basically reducing, and you are fading away your money's value because of the inflation rate. So what is important is keep your eye on your inflation rate too, not the growth rate or interest rate or your return rate, because your net growth is basically your interest rate minus the inflation rate. So the inflation rate is reducing the value of your money. Need to calculate on that. Now, moving on to the next concept, savings. We are saying savings. Why is it important, right? When I ask a question to my friends and families, when I sit with them to provide the financial awareness, I ask them, say you have a family uh, which is making $50,000 a year, and that family is saving, say 10% of their income, which is $5,000 their savings, and another family is making $100,000, and they spend everything to maintain their lifestyle. Which family will be richer? And without making any mistake, out of quite a few hundred clients that I met, I talked to, none of them made any mistake. Everyone said that savings is the main thing. The family which is making that $5,000 savings will become the richer one day, because their savings, then that savings will protect them in case they are losing any income for any reason. For COVID-19 situation, the live example for us in our past, still we are going through that. If anything goes wrong with our life, savings will protect us, our family. So savings is the thing that protects, makes us wealthy and rich, and protects from all unforeseen financial crisis in our life. Now the question is how much we should save. There are different theories, but there is no ground rule for that. People will say different things. People who are not saving anything, they will say, oh, I have these different reasons that I can't save. All different things they might come up with. But you can remember one thing, that last discussion on last week, I said that 25% of our life, retirement life, 60 to 80, we won't be making any money. In that quadrant of our life, we won't be making any money, but we will have bills to pay. So that 25% time, at least, we need some money in our life. And with aging factor, the expenses might be even higher because of due to our for our health reasons. So how much we should save? We say that at least 20% of your income you should save. And in your early life, like before getting married, you should save even more. Like some people will say 40%. Save 40% because you don't have any responsibility. Your responsibilities are lower before you get married. The reality is, if you see even millennials' life, how much they are saving. Can they buy a home? Can they get married without making any debt? Uh, let me leave the question up to them and find out. If they are not saving, let them find out what is happening in their life. If they can make and save enough money, get married without making any debt for themselves, and can buy home, especially in places like Toronto, Vancouver, it's going to be really difficult. So savings is the thing that will save you. Save at least 20%, and the rest gap, 25 to 10%, will be coming from your investments. Plus, in your earliest stage of life, when you didn't get married, you are making money, save more. You have less responsibility, save more. That's the thing. Now, let's move on to another concept. How fast your investment will develop. How fast your investment will develop. Say you are saving $100 today. How much time it will take to make it to $200? In financial industry, we use this formula. It's called rule of 72. How to calculate that? Rule of 72 says that 72 divided by your interest rate or your growth rate, whatever you say, your rate of return, 72 divided by your rate of return or interest rate, you get a number. And that many years, roughly, about that many years you need to make the money double. So say, for example, you are making 4% interest rate. So 72 divided by 4 equals 18. So in 18 years, if you are putting in $100, if you are making 4% interest rate, in 18 years, that $100 will be $200. So your interest rate, how to calculate how much time? 72 divided by your interest rate, you get that number. Now, on top of that, you might want to, if you got my lesson already, you might want to take into consideration of the inflation rate too. Now, let's use this rule of 72 in our life. Say, we are making now 8% interest. So how many years it will take to double up the money? 72 divided by 8. So it's 9 years it will take. Now, if 9 years it is taking, say I'm 47 right now, for example. At 47, I'm saving $25,000. In next 9 years, my money will be double. So $25,000 will become 50 and another 9. By the time I am reaching retirement age, I will get $100,000 from $25,000 savings when I'm making 8% compound interest rate. So by age 65, I'll get $100,000. It's clear. But now, let's say somebody who is smarter than me is starting at 29, the same amount of money, $25,000. And he is making the same interest rate or rate of return, he is getting 8%. By the retirement age, he is making $400,000. $400,000. Now, you see two things here. One is, when time is passing by or the money is growing older, this year, 29 to 38, these 9 years, that money made $25,000. But in the last 9 years, same period, same interest rate, the money is making $200,000. So when the money is growing older, it's making more money. As human being, what is happening in our life? When we grow older, we make less money. But for money, it's working in a totally different direction. When money is growing older, it's making money faster. That's one lesson. Second lesson, if you are starting the savings habit early, you can make your retirement life much smoother. So start saving early in your life, as early as possible. Now, I know what you are thinking. You are saying $25,000 you are talking about, where I'm going to get that $25,000, right? Yeah, that's a big question. This is just to give you an example of how money grows at a later stage faster. Now, to answer that question, let's have another case study. Let's say you can save $100. Anyone can save. I have even students as my clients who are working on a part-time basis, working like 15, 20 hours or around 20 hours, 25 hours. They are also saving more than $300, $400, $500 even a month. When they get the knowledge, the importance, they save. Now, forget about all those $300, $400, $500. Let's calculate only $100. And if you can't save even $100, talk to me. I'll show you how you can manage your expenses and make few $100 from your expenses to save and protect your future, protect your retirement, protect your rainy days. So let's say in this example, $100 per month, you will be saving. And say you are getting even lower interest rate, 6%. Your rate of return is now 6%. So if you are starting your savings at the age of 45, by the retirement age, you have 20 years time. So in 20 years, you save $24,000. And at 6% rate of return, by retirement age 65, you have $46,000, compound interest, of course, $46,000. But say somebody is smarter than me, starting the savings 10 years early in the life, starting savings at 35. So saving same $100 and saving getting same rate of return, 6%. So that person will save $36,000 in 30 years, $36,000. But by the retirement age 65, that person will get $100,000, more than double than me. Now, let's say the students who are starting their career even with basic minimum paid jobs, those people are saving and starting at 25. Conditions are same. Save in 40 years, they save $48,000. But see, by the retirement age, they're getting almost $200,000, for more than 4 times of what I was making. So now saving $100 is not a big deal. But see, when you start early, what is the impact in your life, especially in your retirement? And of course, for any uncertainties. So what we need to do is start saving early in your life, and as much as possible. I know most of our immigrant community, we think that we save enough, but are you saving 20% or 15% or even 10%? Calculate that and figure out how much you are going to have by the retirement. And is it good enough to run your family for another probably 20, 25 years or so? Could be even more, right? So the question is, what is the strategy that we should follow to start saving early and more in our early life? Pretty simple strategy. Avoid high temptation to be impulsive. Avoid high temptation. You can make any expenses because you can afford and you are spending without having budget. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not going to save your future. Don't be impulsive. If you don't have any plan and you can go without spending that money, don't spend. Rather save that and save before you spend. So income minus your savings equals expense. Follow that formula and start saving as early as possible. To grow that money, talk to any financial consultant. Talk to any financial consultant. They will provide you different investment vehicles where your money will grow at a faster rate. Now, 4 cornerstones of sound financial plan. 4 cornerstones. What are those? When I'm investing, I need my money to grow. That's what the ultimate objective of investing money. Otherwise, I'm losing, right? Even if I have the same amount of money, we see that same amount of money, I'm losing money because of the inflation rate, time value of money. So my money has to grow. I'm saving $100. Within 7, 8, 10 years, I need to make it 200. Then again, after a few years, 400, 800. It should go like that. Money should have growth. Second is safety. The money that I'm investing, $100, that can't go down. But we have lots of different investment vehicles are there that you might lose your money, like say shares, stocks. Those are very risky investment vehicles. If you are one of those professionals that you have education, you have experience, you are more than welcome. But if you are trying, you might see that money is growing at some point in time. It's okay, but might not be okay, because when you are encashing that money, you might see that you are losing. So be sure that you are protecting the safety of your investment. Third thing is protection. Protection is protecting the income the person that is making, or the life of the person that is making that income. Protect their income or protect their life, so that in absence of their life, you get some money, or you get some income. And tax advantage. Tax advantage, 10% We talked about lots of things that whatever we do, we plan ahead so that we can get tax advantage. And we'll discuss different other things in coming slides as well. Now, going into the next step, we'll talk about 5 different tools. The first step, our very favorite one, close to our heart, getting a home. That's one of our biggest dreams in Canadian life. When we migrated in Canada, we have always dreamt about having our own home, having our own car, etc. Right? So it's that sweet home we are talking about. Now, there will be some aspects of home ownership or property ownership that I'll discuss, especially if you see the red colored ones. Just pay a little more attention, because sometimes we don't really pay enough attention into all those details, but those are expenses, those are different risks that are very important to manage our home. First thing is we pay a down payment. Most of us pay a down payment of 5-10%, and some of us pay 20% or a little higher, right? So what happens is, say if I'm buying a home of say $400,000, if I'm paying 5%, I'm paying only 5% means $20,000 down payment. So rest 80%, I'm buying loan. Lots of time we don't think in that perspective. So 80% or 95% we are buying loan, and every month we are paying that. So huge, could be 80 up to 95% loan we are purchasing against our home. Second thing, interest. That $400,000, we are probably in 25 years paying another 350 to 400,000, around the same amount of money, about same amount of money we pay in interest in about 25 years or 30 years. We don't pay enough attention to that one, that we are paying so much of interest. We could buy another property if somehow we could avoid that interest. So that's the thing. Interest rate is usually the lowest because we provide the lien of the house. Lien is basically, I stay in my house, I live in my house, but bank is 95 or 80% or 70% owner of the house. If anything goes wrong with mortgage payment, bank will come to me and get its share, which is 70, 80 or 95%. And after everything, we will see that we are not even getting rest 5 or 10%, which was our real ownership of the property. So that's the lien. Just because we are providing the lien, if anything goes wrong, we can't pay the mortgage, they will come and take the money and sell the home. So that's why interest rate is on the lower side. But important thing is, we can use that lower interest rate to make more money even. Say 3% interest rate we are paying. Current interest mortgage rate is even 1.49, 1.5 or around there. So say, for example, I'm paying 3% interest rate. Now, if I can manage my debts more efficiently, I can make money. How? Say, I'm making 8, 9, 10%. Say 8% I'm making, for example, 3% I'm paying. So if I'm taking money out of my home and investing that where I'm making 8%, so extra 5% I can keep in my pocket for my family, or paying my debts early. That's what it is. Other expenses when we buy the home and when we sell the home, those expenses are expenses. Lots of time we don't really care about those expenses. Land transfer fee, few $1,000s. Realtor commission, few $1,000s. It could be tens of thousands of dollars, honestly. If you are in Vancouver or if you are in Toronto, it could be tens of thousands of dollars. Legal fees, again, probably another $1,000. Home insurance, you pay every month. Every month could be about 50 to 100 or even more. You pay every month. If you have rental income, it's good thing. It's good thing if you have a little bit of rental income. We consider that, but we don't think in most of the cases that on rental income, net income, we pay taxes as well. We don't really calculate that we pay taxes. We buy home because we think, and this is the reality as well, that the home value appreciates in the long run. You are buying today for $500,000. In 20, 25, 30 years, when you need to sell the house at your retirement age, if you want to, value appreciates. That $500,000 goes up to say 1.2, 1.5, $2 million or even higher. So value appreciates. We would like to have that value appreciation. We enjoy that. That is one of the considerations that we buy the home, along with, of course, enjoying the home. But we need to keep in mind that sometimes for all different reasons, the value depreciates too. It depends on timing. Unfortunately, if the timing is not favoring you, you need to sell the house for any reason, you lost your job or anything like that with COVID or any other recessions, if anything is happening, you lose the value of your house. That's something that we need to think about. Property tax, utility bills. For condominiums, you pay condo fees and different association fees, residential association fees. Need to take into consideration all those things. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to provide you all different aspects so that you can think about it and you can make sure that you have enough funds to calculate and to pay off all those things, to take care of all those expenses. Now, when house gets older, just like us, when we grow older, what happens? We need to pay more. We need to go to the doctor more. We need to take more medications and all those things, right? Same thing is going on with our houses. When houses grow older, maintenance cost goes up. It provides us shelter. That's why we buy. We will live in our own place, but it doesn't provide any income. It doesn't provide any income when we need income, when we lose our income for any reason. Death risk. We have a mortgage of 400,000 in our example, right? Say, if I'm passing away, what will happen? I can't pay the bills. I can't pay the mortgage. Bank will come and take the property from me. They don't care where my family will live, how they are going to pass their nights. They don't really care. So we need to make sure that we are protecting our mortgage. If anything goes wrong, we need to get insurance. We need to protect our home value. Say if I'm passing away, my mortgage is $400,000. I'll get the $400,000 at least from the insurance company or whatever we can manage. That money will pay most of the mortgages and hopefully some income for my family. Liquidity risk. That's another important thing. Say, hope nothing happens like this in our life, in nobody's life. We lost a job, which is reality, though it happens all the time. We lost a job, and getting another job of similar payment, similar benefits will take time, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. We need to sell the house. But if you are trying to sell the house quicker, you can't sell the house right away. You need to continue paying your mortgages until you sell the house. It might take 2, 4, 6 months. So that liquidity that you need, that risk is there. Next thing, say if I'm passing away, I have the mortgage. Creditors will come first. Your bank, your mortgage company will come first and take the money before your family gets anything out of it. So creditors in Canadian financial situation, creditors get the preference before your family members, before your beneficiaries, before any other inheritance that you have. So creditors will get the advantage. Think about that. If you are not protecting your home, creditors or banks will take the money and then your family will be in big trouble. So protect home. Probate processes and fees. Probate process, need to explain this one a little bit. If we are passing away, what happens is our all assets and liabilities goes to our estate. Estate is nothing but a legal entity. We'll say that estate of Bishwajit Barua. So all my assets and liabilities will be asset property. Assets and liabilities will be the property of government or the estate. And the probate process will go through. The probate process is simple, that it's a legal process. All the creditors will come. First, information will be available public, that if any creditors are there, come and claim it. So all the creditors will come. Your mortgage company, your line of credit, or any debt, everybody will come. Your government will come. That's the biggest one. Government will come, because when you pass away, what happens is your property ownership is transferring from yourself to your kids or your beneficiaries. So when that is happening, ownership is, with any ownership change, tax is involved. So the government will come and get their taxes. And at marginal tax rate, about 50%, half of your hard-earned money will be taken by government. And then probate process. Each process is different, and it depends on which provinces you are living in, and depending on how much asset, it's percentage of your asset. That could be 20, 30, $40,000 or even more, depending on how much asset you have. That's the probate process, probate fees. And then after that, the lawyers are involved. So lawyers will come and take probably $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Your accountant will come. They will take probably again same amount of money for their fees. So all this probate process and fees, everything will go. Your money, hard-earned money is washing away. Now, if you have multiple property, this is very important. You have to pay capital gain taxes. For your principal residence, you might go away without paying taxes when you are selling your principal residence. But if you have multiple homes, you have to pay the capital gain taxes. That's a big thing as well. Then wealth transfer tax. I already told you that when your property is transferring to your kids, 50% tax, ownership change. Because of the ownership change, they will have to pay 50% tax on that. And you don't know even anything. There is no way that you would be knowing anything. By that time, we are above everything. So we are putting our close ones into trouble if we are not protecting all our assets accordingly. So that's why we need to talk to the financial professionals, financial consultants or advisors, so that you get the right plan built for you. That's very important. And the investment properties, if lots of people are planning for second, third, fourth, etc., fourth homes as investment property, things get way more complicated, because every time you buy second home, 80% is, at least 80% is your mortgage. Need to protect it. If you are protecting, fantastic. If you are not, think twice. Say you have two homes, $500,000 each, $1 million. If you are not protecting that $1 million mortgage, it's not going to be your property anymore. So take care of that. Now, second thing about RRSP. This is also another popular, very popular investment vehicle that we use. And I'll talk about 12 different things that we need to know. First thing, I told you, I gave you a very important information about our retirement life in Canadians' life. Government is aware that Canadians are not saving enough for their retirement. That's why government encourages that they individuals will save for their retirement. And RRSP is one of those vehicles that they have started long back to make sure that people are investing for their retirement. Now, there is a limit as well. You can't really contribute anything you want. Maximum is 18% of your income every year, 18% of your income. But there is a limit again, which is maximum for 2020 was $27,000 roughly. So you can't contribute more than that. And we try to put it in RRSP. But lots of time we don't invest that money. So if we are not investing, we need to make sure that we are investing. Again, for investing, talk to a financial professional. Otherwise, every year you are putting money, that's not growing, meaning it's going down. When you contribute with RRSP, when you contribute, that contribution is income tax deductible. How? Say you are making $100,000 and for 2020 you are contributing $10,000. So instead of paying taxes on $100,000, your income level will come down by $10,000 because you are contributing that $10,000 to RRSP. So you are paying taxes on $90,000, not on $100,000. So your contributions are income tax deductible. Take advantage of it. When you don't use that, say you have a room of $10,000 this year, but for some reason you couldn't contribute, that contribution room or contribution limit will be carried forward, will be available next year as well. And when you are contributing and investing that money, the money that you are making or the growth, you don't have to pay any taxes on that until you are withdrawing the money. So you are putting $10,000, you are making money on top of on that $10,000, and for that interest you don't need to pay any taxes until you take money out of your RRSP account. When you take out of RRSP account, income tax is involved. You have to pay tax on both the interest and the principal or your contribution together. Whenever you are taking out, before 65 or after 65, doesn't matter. It has tax implication when you take the money out of your account. Say you are taking out $30,000 for making your retirement income. That $30,000 will be added with your other retirement income, and your total income will go up, and you will have to pay taxes on all those money. Your RRSP withdrawal, $30,000 plus whatever you are making from old age security, your company's pension plan, your RRSP will be there, CPP money, you will be paying everything together. On that total money, you will have to pay taxes. Withdrawn amount doesn't recover limit. Say before 65, for any emergency, you have taken out some money. Say you have lost your job, for example, in 2020, you took out some money, you had to take out some money, say $10,000 you took out, and that $10,000 will be treated as your income that year, I told you already. And that limit you are not going to get back. If you don't use it, you will be able to use that limit. But if you have taken out, you won't get back that limit. It's not recoverable. Next, home buyer's plan. If you are buying your home, you can withdraw money from RRSP without any penalty, without paying any tax, without losing the limit. And you need to pay within 15 years. The maximum amount that you can take out of your RRSP is $35,000. So $35,000 you can take out of your RRSP account when you buy your home, and you need to pay it back within 15 years. You can plan everything accordingly. Now, I just want to provide a little more information on this particular issue. If your spouse or common law partner don't own any house or home for last 4 years, you didn't own any home, you didn't have any mortgage for last 4 years, again, you can withdraw money from RRSP under this plan, home buyer's plan. You can take the money over and again. It's not only first time. You can go for as many times as you want, but provided that you are not owning, you or your spouse or common law partner, not owning any home in last 4 years. There are other complex scenarios. If you have any questions on that, depending on individual families' situation, things might be more complicated. So talk to any financial professional on that. Spousal contribution. This is a tax planning process, how you can you can pay less tax. I told you that if your income is 100,000, you contributed $10,000, you pay a tax on $9,000. Now, your wife or your uh, your spouse or common law partner has got some contribution limit. You can contribute in favor of her, and you can take advantage. So say you put $10,000, and in your spouse's name you put another $5,000. So it's a spousal RRSP contribution. You will be paying taxes on $85,000. 100,000 minus 10,000 your RRSP contribution, and minus 5,000 your wife's RRSP contribution or your spousal RRSP contribution. Sorry, I'm always talking about wives because I'm probably the male person. That's why sorry about that. Okay, so that's clear. Tax planning part, you can contribute for your wife and take tax advantage. Now, you can contribute up to which time? Up to the December of the year. You are reaching age 71. When you reach 71, say you born on January. So on the year that you are reaching 71, till that December, you can contribute to RRSP, and after that you can't contribute anything, and your money, all RRSP fund has to be converted. Your other money has to be taken out or converted to RIF, Registered Retirement Income Fund, taken out and put it in RRIF account. And when you take out money from RRSP, this is again another tax planning strategy. When you take money out of your RRSP account at the retirement age or after the retirement time, you can split your RRSP annuity or RRSP amount 50% in your spouse's name so that you can pay less tax. Again, you are, say, in higher income tax bracket. You want to save some income taxes. Your spouse is on the lower income tax bracket. So 50% of the withdrawal you can put in your wife's or spouse's name and split the income to pay less tax. So that's income splitting, tax planning strategy when you reach your retirement age. Now, 8 must-knows about tax-free savings account. This came very recently. I think it came around 2007, 2008, around that time, because Canadian government realized that still people are not saving enough money for their retirement. That's why they started another program, which is TFSA, tax-free savings account. Here it's a little tricky. If you are making money from that account, you don't have to pay any taxes. So the money is coming from your tax paid money, from your tax paid income. And from that tax paid income, you are contributing to RRSP. Sorry, TFSA. RRSP, you are putting differently. RRSP, before paying tax, you are taking the money out. Now, TFSA, after paying taxes, you are taking the money out. So it's after tax income. And there is limit always, of course. When government is involved, there will be limit. In 2020, the limit was $6,000, and this $6,000 is not tax deductible. If you are contributing to your TFSA account, that money, $6,000 or $5,000, you can't deduct for your tax purposes. So, which is contrary to the RRSP contribution. And just like your RRSP contribution, if you are not contributing this year, that amount will be carried forward. So RRSP and TFSA, same there. And same like your TFSA and RRSP, when you are making money out of your savings, you don't need to pay any tax. With RRSP, when you are taking money out, you have to pay tax, but with TFSA, you don't need to pay any tax. It's tax free. So when you take the money out of your account anytime, before retirement, after retirement, doesn't matter. You don't have to pay any tax. So withdrawals don't have any tax implications at all. And with RRSP, the limit can't be recovered, but with TFSA, you can recover your limit again. If you are withdrawing the money, you can recover your limit again next year, not on the same year. Let me give you an example. Say you are taking $5,000 out of your TFSA account, and you can put that money back again, $5,000 next year. You took the money in 2021. In 22, you can put the money back again. You get your limit back and you put that money back. With RRSP, you can't do that. So withdrawn amount doesn't recover, does recover the limit, but the next year, not the same year. If you don't have any limit available, you can't put the money back. You will have to pay a penalty for that. But if you have the limit, you can contribute, not at all a problem. This is very important. Withdrawals don't affect income tested benefit. There are some benefits at the retirement age, especially like old age security, guaranteed income supplement. Those incomes are income tested benefit, means you have a certain level, you can get the benefit. If you are over that that level, your income is over that level, you don't get those benefits. So RRSP will contribute to that, but TFSA, it doesn't affect at all. You take the money out, it's not going to be considered as your income. So you still qualify for old age security, GIS, those type of benefits. But with RRSP, with your income, that will be added, and you might not qualify for these income tested benefits like old age security and GIS, guaranteed income supplement. Now, the third one, who has got kids, just like me. My kids are growing up though. One is already 18, so we can't contribute anything. So let's go into the detail of RRSP. Again, government knows that higher education, especially post-secondary education, is quite expensive in Canada. And government encourages savings by the parents for their kids' post-secondary education. That's why they incentivize this. They started this program for post-secondary education. Mind it, you are saving for your kids' post-secondary education and for some designated institutions. If they are not going to those designated institutions, you can't take the benefit of it. When you are putting the money in, it's not tax deductible. It's not tax deductible. So you have to pay taxes, or it's coming out of your income and it's not affecting your taxes. But good thing is, every family is getting, like say, anywhere between $300 or $250 to $500, or even in some cases more than that, per child every single month. So $250 to $500 at least every family is getting for each child. You don't need to save money from your own pocket, from your own earning. Most of the families, unfortunately, what they're doing is they are not saving. And as a result, if you are not saving, you're spending. You're spending. You don't know what you are spending on, but you're spending. But if we are little careful and planning ahead, you don't need to contribute from your income. You can contribute from the Canada Child Benefit that you get every month for each of your child. So save that money instead of spending that. Then that will help you and your kids to have the post-secondary education. At least loan burden will be less. But there is again a ceiling. Lifetime per beneficiary ceiling is $50,000. $50,000. You can pay monthly or you can pay yearly. And there is yearly contribution limit is $2,500. You can't contribute more than $2,500 per year. So which comes about $208 per month. You can't contribute more than that. Now, when you contribute, say $100 to RESP, you make some money from government incentives. Government is paying Canada Education Savings Grant, CESG, 20% of your money. So you're paying $100, government is paying another $20. So $120 is there. Then you get another CLB, Canada Learning Bond, which you get maximum $2,000. But I missed one thing, sorry. CSG, you can get maximum is $7,200. Maximum CSG you get is $7,200. It's not for unlimited time. Say if you are paying $200 every month, after you contribute $36,000, you don't get any CSG anymore. So up to $36,000, you get the CESG. For $36,000, 20% is $72,000. You don't get any CESG after that. CLB maximum in the lifetime per beneficiary you get is $2,000. And the other growth that comes from is that $100, $20, and the CLB amount, the growth or interest from the investment. So these are the three places the growth is coming from. Now, the unfortunate part is in lots of cases, we don't really think that we can invest that money. We are focusing only on that 20% and CLB. That's not a good strategy. Invest that money so that over a period of 18 years, you can make some more money out of your money. So invest that and start RESP as soon as possible. But I will provide you some other options as well with RESP. Now, when the money is growing, you need to invest. I told you, you need to invest that money. When your money is growing, on that growth, you don't need to pay any taxes when it's growing. But when you are taking the money out of your account, when you are taking the money out of your account for your kids' education, you need to pay taxes on that growth along with government's money. You don't need to pay any tax on your own contribution, but you need to pay taxes when you withdraw the money on government money and any growth that you enjoy. Some limitations. People might not be aware of all these things. So please pay attention, close attention on this. The money that you are saving for about 17, 18 years for your child's post-secondary education, in case our kids are not going to post-secondary education or not going to the designated educational institution, we don't get any benefit. Meaning, the money that you contribute, you get that plus the interest you made for that money. You don't get any money out of CESG, CLB, and any interest out of the CESG and CLB. So you don't get any interest on anything of those, neither the principal, if your kids are not going on post-secondary education. Another limitation, you can't contribute after 18 or 17 something. You can't contribute after that. So even if you want to save something for your kids, not necessarily your kid will go to the post-secondary education immediate after 18. You want to still contribute for their education, but you can't. That's another limitation. Now, there are two types of RESPs. One is group RESP, another one is self-directed RESP. Group RESP, how it works, I'm not going into the details. We can probably take another session to explain all the details, pros and cons of all the different options. Just to put it simply, for group RESP, there are about 15 to 20 companies in Canada who are providing only the group RESP. And what do they do is, say you are contributing this year, started the contribution this year, and your child is, say, 2-year-old. So all the people who are 2-year-old in 2020, all those money will be coming together. They will make a pool, and that pool will be invested. The challenges or the problems with those group RESP is they have an enrollment fee. And that enrollment fee in most of the cases so high that your first 1 year, or even in some cases 1 to 2 year contribution can be zero. So you are putting $200 per month. So you put $2,400, your $2,400 to $4,800 could be gone because they have an enrollment fee. Most of the time, people don't explain those things, that enrollment fee is there. So ask your agent that is there is any enrollment fee or not. So if you're, and because of the enrollment fee, that $4,000-5,000 is going into the air, your growth is also, you are losing, right? So keep that in mind. Now the self-directed RESP, there is no, good thing is there is no enrollment fee. So you get growth on the full amount that you are contributing, on the full amount. And you get a higher return, higher return. Group RESP, the return rate is quite low. I'll tell you why. Since it's a pool of the same age kids' money, together they put their, or they invest their money in a very conservative investment tool, like mostly like GIC or bond, where you don't get more than 2% or 2.5% return. So GIC bonds are not going to provide you more than 2 to 2.5%. And if we are thinking about GIC, it's even going to be worse after COVID-19 situation, because not only Canadian government, all governments are on negative on loans. So GIC valuation will be quite poor. GIC performance will be quite poor. So remember that if you are trying to think about it or contributing on group RESP. So keep that in mind. Self-directed RESP, I told you that higher return because you can contribute, you can actively manage. In the challenge with that is, though you have the chance, but sometimes I saw that people want to manage them themselves and they don't really care. And they did it once, and after that they took the money out and they forgot, and money is not growing. So you need to actively check how much return they are making, and based on that, you just reinvest from one to another. It's in your control. And for the self-directed RESP, the type of company that I deal with, it's one of the leading company. I should say that it's for RESP, it's the leading company, the number one company in Canada, and for investment company as well. It's the number one company in Canada, the largest RESP service provider. That company is providing up to, right, up to 15% diploma bonus, depending on your child's age. So if they are 4 or less, you will get 15%. And when they are growing, say 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 15, the diploma bonus rate will come down. So you get maximum 15%. So your money will be there like $100, another $20 CESG, then your CLB plus 15% here. So if somebody wants to know more about this, just let me know. Get in touch with me. Obviously, I'll provide you more information without any commitment from your side. Third option I would like to talk about. So up to this, I explained RESP, two different options, group RESP and self-directed RESP. Third option is the wealth account. I'll go into the more details on that one for adults, but you can develop a kids wealth account as well, where you put like say $100 or $150 per month for about say 20 years. If you are putting that money, how much you put, like $25,000, $30,000, but in your kids' lifetime, you can pay again proper attention here. You put about $25,000 to $30,000, $100 to $150 per month, about $30,000 if you invest for 20 years, you can realize a benefit of about $1 million, depending on your kid's age. And when we are talking about $1 million benefit you can get, that money is not restricted to any other things. I'm talking about it late on my next slide. So wealth account is there. And as a financial professional, we try to make a combination of these two things, wealth account and self-directed RESP, not obviously group RESP because it doesn't provide you enough benefit. So self-directed RESP and wealth account combination. Again, for wealth account, I'm going to the details. Wealth account, if you are putting about $100 to $150, about $30,000 for about 20 years, you can reap a benefit of anywhere between $900,000 to $1 million and tax-free money. Anyone interested, just get in touch with me. We will discuss in details. Now, 6 secrets of wealth account. First thing is, we talked about 4 different pillars, right? Growth, safety, protection, and tax advantage. See, the wealth account has got all the benefits. It provides safety with guaranteed cash. So whatever the money you are putting in, the guaranteed cash will be there. And after a certain time, the guaranteed cash even much more than will be much more than your original contribution. Investment grows with dividend income. Investment grows with dividend income. Now, with lots of us, what happens is we are very touchy about our interest income. We don't like to get the interest income. It's not halal, right? It's not halal. Haram income. Interest income is halal income in Islam. Sorry, haram income in Islam. So dividend income is not. People who are interested for dividend income or halal income pay more attention to this wealth account. This wealth account, not only for kids, for anyone, it's applicable. No taxes with income when you plan. So when you are taking out the money, if you are planning properly, you don't need to pay any taxes. Tax planning is involved. Without paying taxes, you can take the money out. From day one, the person's income will be protected. From day one, with wealth account, from day one, person's income will be protected. And it will keep on growing forever until we die. It could be 90, 95, 100 years. It could be 90, 95, 100 years. The money will keep on growing. There are ways, tax planning ways, that you can take the money, enjoy the money without paying taxes, and transfer the money to your next generation without paying any single penny tax. It's quite unusual. That bypasses the probate process even. And this money can be used for any purposes. Say, with RESP, we told you that if your kids are not going for post-secondary education and to the designated institutions, they can't really take the benefit out of it. But this wealth account, you can take the benefit. The flexibility, ultimate flexibility is there for you. You can use for any major life event. You want to study, you can do that. You want to buy your first car, you can take. You buy your first home, you can take the money for paying down payment. You want to buy the business, you can take the money out of it. In your retirement income, you can take the money without paying any taxes. Told you. So this is a very important thing. I told you, and I'm going to discuss even more on that one. Now, I'm giving you a case study on the wealth account. Say a 40-year-old male, now here every single parameter is important. 40-year-old male, non-smoker, saving $1,000 per month for 15 years. What would be the benefit? If you are not putting in wealth account, what happens? You save the money, you make the interest, you make the dividend, and that's all you have. But what is the benefit of this wealth account? You put $1,000, so in 1 year, times 12 is $12,000. In 15 years, you are making a total contribution or investment of $180,000. From day one, when you paid $1,000 per month, your protection is over $600,000. If anything goes wrong, you paid $1,000. If anything goes wrong with your life, your family will get $600,000 plus without paying any tax. So if we are considering with any other investment vehicle, that's not possible at all. And when we are taking consideration the tax, it's like $1.2 million. And that is the minimum benefit you get. Now, this is not only about taking the benefit by my family in my absence or when I'm passing away. People mostly think about wealth account or protection is about when I'm passing away, my family will get the benefit. No, the services and the products got way more innovative and way more beneficial to us right now. We just need to know what it is. So in our lifetime, we can enjoy the benefit. How I'm going to explain that how part. Say when you reach 65, so you started at 40, 55, by 55, you have contributed $180,000. After that, you are not paying anything. By age 65, you have a guaranteed cash of $225,000, more than what you paid already. Guaranteed cash. And on top of that, you have a cash dividend, not an interest. Halal. Cash dividend of $131,000. So what you have here altogether, more than $350,000. Almost double than what you paid already. Is cash available? Now, you can take the money out at your retirement age to pay all your bills, enjoy your retirement life, to make all the expenses. You take the money. There is a tax planning process. I'm not going into the details today, probably another day. You can take the money without paying any taxes. Now, when you are enjoying the money, there is a way that your money will still keep on growing. So when you are 85, your cash, guaranteed cash is $326,000. And your dividend, cash dividend, is now more than $750,000. So how much you have here now? It's almost $1.1 million. How much you paid? Less than $200,000. You have almost $1.1 million. Now, let's assume one thing, that since Canadians are living about 87 years, I'm passing away. I started this plan and I'm passing away at 85. At that point in time, my death benefit that my family will get is about $1.3 million. So from $180,000, almost $1.3 million. And tax-free money. So whatever I enjoyed in my lifetime, it's tax-free. And the rest, say I have enjoyed, I had 20 years retirement age, every year I took $30,000. So $30,000, 20 years, $600,000 I took out. I enjoyed during my lifetime. Now, the rest, almost $700,000 going to my kids without paying any tax. So if I'm taking 1.3 million, marginal rate 50% tax, the benefit is equal to $2.6 million. That is the benefit. Now, if you are not saving that money at 40 years, you don't get that benefit. You didn't plant that tree to enjoy. That's why you can't harvest. Now, you're thinking 45 years. Now, let's be a little smart, a little early. We are starting at 35-year-old. When we are 35, we are starting the same plan, $1,000, 15 years, male, non-smoker. Same amount of money. From day one, protection is $875,000. And at 85, it's over $1.65 million. I'm going on to the next slide before. It was $1.3 million. Here, it's almost $1.7 million. Just for starting the scheme 5 years early. Same money you put in for same number of years, same total money, but you get $400,000 extra benefit. I told you before that start saving early in your life. So if you are putting your money in wealth account, this is what the benefit you reap, tax-free benefit. Now, let's put everything together and build our financial home, right? We talked about all the different tools. Now, building our home. What is the most important part of our physical home? Physical home, the structural home, is the foundation, right? So what is the most important part of our financial home? It's the same thing, foundation. But what is that foundation? Foundation is the ability to make money. Ability to make money. Now, see why it is founded. Foundation. If I don't have any income, my home, my car, my bills, everything will go away. Just like the foundation of the home. If it's not there, everything will collapse. So if I don't have any ability to income, if I can't make money, everything will collapse. Now, what are the things might affect my ability to make money or my financial home foundation? Three things. If I'm sick critically, I can't work, I can't make money. If I'm disabled for any reason, out of the 5 organs, if I'm losing any organ, I can't work, I can't make money. Foundation is impacted. And the ultimate reality, death, and importantly, untimely death, right? Premature death. These three things. Now, for most of us, we don't really protect our income. That is the problem. We don't protect our income. We need to protect our income by protecting the critical illness, disability, and death. Now, protecting all the three things together might not be possible because every one of us has got limited amount of budget, right? Limited amount of income. But talk to a financial professional. They will provide you suggestion. If you want my help, I told you, I'm always here for you for free. So this is the foundation. Now let's talk about pillars. We already discussed, we'll just quickly go through. Home, RRSP, non-registered investments, TFSA, and wealth account. Home, we pay off in 20-25 years, which provides shelter, but unfortunately, it doesn't provide us any income. RRSP, it can have tax advantages when we put in, but when the money we take out, we pay taxes on everything, our contribution amount and the interest amount or the growth, everything we pay taxes on. Non-registered, if you are having the second home, third home, piece of land, commercial property, those kind of things, business, all those things. TFSA, we discussed in detail. When we take out the money, we don't have to pay any tax. Wealth account as well, I discussed. No taxes. I should ask probably one question here. In Canada, there are two types of incomes that you don't need to pay any tax. When I ask this question to any of my clients, none of the clients could answer this question correctly. And to be honest with you, out of that two income source, I knew about one. I was not aware of the second one. Two types of income in Canada, you don't have to pay any taxes. One is if you win lottery, you don't need to pay any taxes. Even $65 million next Lotomax lottery draw, if you win, you don't need to pay any taxes, not a single penny. And second is if you make any money from your insurance companies, if you make any money from your insurance contracts, you don't need to pay any taxes on. So wealth account will provide you tax-free money. When we plan, we try to make sure that we are protecting the foundation and we are trying to protect the pillars too. Now let's talk about roof. Sorry, before going there, this is important. This is important. Most of the families, 90% families, when they start investing, they start from house going towards right. So they start from left and they go towards the right. Home, RSP, non-registered, TFSA, and then if there is any money remaining, we put it in wealth account. 90% people. But there are 10% people who are very informed, who are aware of their financial aspects. Those 10% people, they start from the right-hand side. They save money from taxes. They save money from taxes. And they start from wealth account here. Go on TFSA, no tax you have to pay. Then here, and everything is needed. Everything is needed. We need to contribute to RRSP. We need to contribute, buy home, everything we needed. The question is, where do you start from? Which one should get the priority to make sure that you make more money and tax-free money? Now coming to the roof, two aspects of the roof. One is tax efficiency. I told you over and again that tax efficiency, we need to plan ahead. Otherwise, we can't make sure that we can keep more money for ourselves from the taxes. And the last one is state planning or wealth transfer. State planning, probably you heard about it. State planning is, you have accumulated wealth throughout your lifetime, worked very hard, enjoyed your life, invested your money, saved it, and invested in different investment vehicles, made money. But when you pass away, what will happen? It goes through the probate process, ownership changes, you pay 50%, sorry, not you, your beneficiaries pays 50% taxes, so it's gone. But if you can plan everything well ahead so that you don't need to pay much taxes, you can keep more of your hard-earned money for your next generation. That is what is wealth transfer or state planning. Now, these are complicated things. Might not be a good idea to plan everything yourself. Uh, Talk to a financial professional that you trust and go ahead with them. So, when as a financial professional, we make a comprehensive plan. We try to make sure that the foundation, the pillars, and the roofs, all three elements are taken care of as much as possible. It's not possible to make sure that everything is taken care of every time, but we try to make sure that it's taken care of and all the three aspects are there. So need to plan ahead and save intelligently. Now, we talk, we let's go ahead with all different vehicles that we use with respect to the four cornerstones of financial planning. How we are investing? We have savings account, we have mutual fund, we pay extra home payment. We put the money in RRSP, TFSA, and wealth account. Now, what are the four cornerstones? Safety, growth, protection, and tax advantage. Now, which vehicle is providing what benefit? Which of the pillars? Savings account, if your money is in savings account, you have safety, but you don't have any growth, protection, or tax advantage. Inflation rate is more than your savings account can provide. No protection, no tax advantage. You are putting money in your mutual fund. You might have growth depending on where you are investing. You might have growth, but you don't get safety, protection, or tax advantage. If you are paying extra home payment, you are allowed 15-20% every year to increase your bi-weekly or monthly payment or down, more payment every year. If you do that, you get safety. Your home is there. It's not going anywhere. You are paying down payment, paying your debts early. True, it has safety, but it doesn't have other three elements: growth, protection, and tax advantage. No, you don't have it. For RRSP and TFSA, let's talk together because by nature, these things are similar. That these are retirement benefits you are generating and similar kind of investment vehicles you can invest in. So these are the drivers that you use. You might have growth depending on where you are investing, and at different times you get tax advantage too. Say RRSP, when you are contributing, you can take tax advantage, but when the money is coming out, you don't have. TFSA, the other way. When your money, you are putting in the money, you don't get any tax advantage, but when you are taking out, you get tax advantage. So, but safety and protection is not there. With wealth account, you get all four of these. I showed you few examples, two examples, that you get guaranteed cash, which is more than what you put in. You have the safety. I showed you that 65, 85, your money is growing, cash guarantee is growing, your protection is growing. So you are protected. Anything happens, you don't need to put even $180,000. If something happens, even before you put in $180,000, in my previous example, still you get almost $900,000, bare minimum. Bare minimum. It could be more. And you don't need to pay tax on anything. So what we do as financial professional is we try to kill as many birds as possible using the same tool. It's not an easy game. It's not difficult as well. It's not an easy game, but financial professionals are trained and experienced enough to provide you the tailored and customized solution for you and your family. Take help of a financial professional. Now, this is very important. For most of us, situation is not good. About 150 years back, or almost 200 years, I should say, 170 years back, industrialization was there, right? Industrialization was there, and we studied in history that because of industrialization, lots of people lost their job, and what was the disaster in their personal finance. Now, see this situation. I took this one from one of the social media. I think I took it from Facebook. That in 2009, two professions were working. One was the cameraman and one was the pilot. Two professions were working, but because of technological development, in 2019, drone came in and lots of these professions lost their job. Lots of this because of the automation, digitalization. Lots of people are losing their job. Forget about COVID-19 situation, pandemic situation, forget about economic recessions. This thing is happening. These things are happening. Automation, digitalization. Now, it's very important that we develop a new skill. We develop a new skill to generate a new income stream, at least one new income stream in our life. Otherwise, we'll put ourselves in trouble. We don't want to put ourselves in trouble. So see what your passion is, see what you love to do, see what you like, find out where the possibilities are, get some new skills, and make sure that you start some side hustles, at least, if not full. Start some side hustles and make a new income stream. It's very important in our day, digitalization age. So it's very important. Take care of that. If you need my help, I told you I can help you. I don't know if you are going to like it or not, if it's something of your cup of tea, but it's worth to try. It's worth to start the discussion. Let's go for it. In any area that you think about, it doesn't need to be in financial industry. Anything you want, preferably service industry. Preferably service industry, because even automation is itself is a service industry, right? So go for that. Any questions coming up, Dada?
Yes, there is a question actually
Yeah, Dada.
uh, from this. We have a couple of comments actually coming
Mhm,
from there. Mr. Sujat Borua said lots of amazing, life-changing information.
mhm.
Each family should know this.
Okay.
Again, oh, impressive information. We don't know what we don't know. Financial freedom happens with financial education. There is a question. There is actually queries.
Mhm.
Emia Borua, I think she's
Okay.
from BC. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
addition to earning, it is very significant to know future savings. I always follow your rules: growth plus protection plus saving plus safety plus tax plus advantage. Because still all money is saving to every account for future life also. I don't have money right now. How can I save money? Would you give advice to everyone? How can we have bright future?
Okay. It's, I know him personally. Good. What we do, first of all, we see what you are savings in, what your savings are invested in, and those vehicles are the right things for you. Are you protecting your income and all those aspects? And we make a comprehensive plan. When we sit with the family, we try to develop that comprehensive plan, and we try to protect the foundation, pillars, and roofs, so that everything is taken care of. Now sometimes we see that uh, there is no budget for savings, or not enough budget, let's put it this way, not enough budget. In those kind of situations, what we do is we do a expense analysis, like how much they are making, how much they are paying tax, so after tax income, and what they are spending on different items. We analyze those things. We go in different phases. What are the expenses they are making? What are the expenses they can avoid? It's not needed, but they are spending. Get the money out of those items. And second phase, there might be some items like you don't need to spend that much money. Say, for example, uh, you are buying some items. For two, I'm giving you example. Like first one is you are spending money that you don't need to spend. Say, whenever you want to go shopping, what are the items that is not in your shopping list, but you are buying? Cut those expenses. That's one. Second phase is when you don't see that those cuts are not possible, how can we save money? Some expenses are there. Say, for example, you are spending for internet, you are paying $80. Can we reduce some expense from your internet bill? Probably a slower speed, pay $50, save $30. You are drinking coffee. Say in a day, you are drinking 5 coffees, so you are spending about $10. Can you take 4 coffee and save that $2 in a day? So if it is $2 in a day, in 30 days, it's $60. $60 plus for internet, say another $30, $90. So you see $90, $100 is coming up. So that is the way that we go into the details of your expense and make sure that we get some money for more savings.
Thank you very much. I think there is also a few comments from one is from Flora Suchi Di Rosario. She said very informative session. There is also another person. I think she's policy analyst, Roshan Shilpi. She said it is very timely topic. So thank you very much. Those who are following with us and actively participating with our session. I'd like to just mention one. The I think most some of you may heard of Eisenhower matrix, and Eisenhower matrix. The same thing that what you have told is urgent, not urgent, and like important and not like and important, not important, and then categorize. How you can
Yeah, yeah,
um, plan or budget and even right cut your expenses and
uh-huh.
have some saving, and then those savings can be invested, and then you can make a little progress better than at least you can get better than now. At least something is better than nothing, so you can start from that, and then eventually when you have more funds then you can invest more. So I think you can take a positive step, and I would like to thank Mr. Borua, Mr. Saurabh Dada, for your valuable, presentation. And I think we need to educate. This is financial education is very important. It's not only like any communities in Canada. I guess this is very relevant, very important because most of them, right, they are not conscious about what they are doing, and then and I've seen that people has a very good life, luxurious life. At the end of their retirement after this, they are struggling. They are having challenges because they didn't plan well. So that's very important. Plan well, do a proper tax planning, get some advice from a regulated professionals, and then that will help you to at least do better in your life. So yeah. So with that, I think I would like to ask again, Mr. Borua. So Dada, Vishwajit Dada, about you like to say anything in concluding remarks uh,
Okay.
before we end this session.
Yeah, thank you. What I would say is lots of information, true. You can't consume everything in one shot. Take your time. Whenever you need to sit with someone, talk to someone, get more information, clarification, and make the decision. You see, we need to prioritize our actions based on our needs. You always have a long list of priorities. There are so many items in our list that never gets finished. You don't have enough time to finish everything on a list. Uh, and you finish things based on your priority. You might want to prioritize some things in your life, and finance might be one of those things. Bring finance up in the front of your checklist. When you can do it and bring a discipline into your financial life, things will start changing. And decide, practice saving habits, and do with a passions, then you will be able to create fortune for your life instead of just living your life the way you said that we struggle. We don't need to struggle if we plan and do things correctly. You might not be able to see the immediate impact on your life when you start saving, but I can guarantee that your future is brighter when you think and when you act. So don't just live your life, create fortune for your life.
Right. With that, and thank you very much. I really appreciate Bishwajit Barua Dada for your wonderful presentations, your advice, your experience, and the case studies that you shared with us. And it's very relevant. And I would like to assure you, the community, those who are following with us, we are very passionate about our development of our community. So is anyone? That's why we're here. We like to continue our effort educating our community by our series, weekly series of financial literacy series, and we we want to at least we want to grow and we'll learn and we want to make changes that is needed. So with that, I thank you very much. This Prerona TV, in collaboration of Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching, and with the support of in collaboration with Growth Space Financial Solutions. I would like to thank you for joining us with us Financial Literacy Speaker Series episodes 2. We'll be having next episode next week. Today we discussed about money saving tools and strategies. I think it was a lot of informations. I guess yeah, if you have time, you can watch us later. How you can watch us is you can also follow our Prerona Television Incorporate INC Facebook page. You also can follow our Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching Facebook page. We do have also LinkedIn page, and also we have Instagram, we have Twitter, and also other social media. But more importantly, we'll be uploading this one in official YouTube channel, Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Prerona TV. So you can follow our official the YouTube channel, and that will be also posted in our page. So you also get that YouTube video in our page. So we do encourage to share the YouTube video um, to your friends and families because they also need these informations. This is free information, but is very useful. People has to pay a lot of money for this information. So thank you very much for this. And thank you, Temia Borua, for your patience and you very patiently watching with us. And those who are there are many others also watching with live or watch party too. So there are many people. So thank you very much. And with that, I would like to thank you and invite you to watch our next session in the next week. As you know, we are running from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and this is our Mountain Standard Time, which is GMT -7, and our time is 8 p.m. and Mountain Standard Time MST. And in Toronto, it is 10 p.m. and every Monday, which is Eastern Standard Time, Toronto, Ottawa, and in Bangladesh, because this information also applicable for some financial planning purposes. If you're watching from Bangladesh, it is on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And if you're watching from India, you can watch us from at actually Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Plus, you also can watch us, see our recordings, our live through our YouTube channel and also through our page. So with that, I would like to thank you again. And during this pandemic, I wish you all the best. I pray to Almighty for you all, and then stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.